Jump to Red in the betting, second favorite, so there is a possibility there could be something there, but we're going to have to wait and see. So the starting stall team have shut the front gates. They'll be on their way shortly for the running of race 1, the Sable Lager Maiden Plate. Hopefully all these horses will be on their best behavior. So all the jockeys are about to get back on board, and they'll be coming forward shortly. Stallgate 1 to be filled by Elmhurst, Stallgate 2, Jump to Red, a first timer, Stallgate 3, Apache Gold, Stallgate 4, Aratula, 5 will be Once a Jackpot, 6 will be Nandine, and 7 will be the favorite, Evocative. So they're starting to come forward. A bright, sunny day here at Borrowdale Park. Pictures don't justify the quality of the racing conditions. A glorious day, a bit blustery in the commentary box, but a lot more wind up here. So we're just waiting on Stallgate 2 to be filled. That'll be Jump to Red, the Pink Silks. Stallgate 6 is filled, Nandine. So we're just waiting on the favorite Evocative to come forward. So Jump to Red, just circling around the back of these stalls, yet to come forward. They're working on Evocative. Halfway in. Evocative goes in. Jump to Red and Nandine to complete the lineup. Jump to Red to go into Stallgate 2. Nandine to go into Stallgate 6. 2 first timers. Jump to Red looks like blocked away. Nandine coming forward. All the runners standing quietly, all set, handlers out the way, white flag raised, and now away they go. They broke in a pretty good line with the experience of Evocative jumping out smartly together with Aratula. So it's Evocative that takes up the running from back on the inside. We find Aratula in between runners is Nandine. We drop a length back to Elmhurst. On the inside of that we find Once a Jackpot, and towards the back of the field that's Jump to Red. So the runners make their way to the junction of the two courses, and Evocative leads from back in second, Nandine. Back on the inside of that looks like Aratula towards the stand side rail. We've got Apache Gold back on the inside of that. Moving up there is Elmhurst. So it's Evocative now in Aratula. These two look set to fight this out. The first timer, Nandine's running on down the middle of the course, still got 3 lengths to make up. Then we find Apache Gold back towards the inside is Elmhurst. It's Evocative back in second, Apache Gold together with Nandine, and on the inside Elmhurst. Evocative back in second, Apache Gold, and Elmhurst back on the inside, but Evocative still holding a slender lead from Elmhurst, and Elmhurst is going to get up on the inside. I'm just going to go with Elmhurst back in second, maybe Evocative just ahead of Apache Gold, but we're just going to have to wait for that. 4th place will go to Nandine. Like I said, the on-course picture quality actually shocking, and you'll do better to watch the horses down the straight here at Borrowdale Park, and it's going to go to horse number 1, I think Elmhurst on the inside, to get the better of a tight finish for second between number 2 Apache Gold and number 5 Evocative. Maybe Evocative just getting the better of Apache Gold, who ran on nicely there. Back in 4th, Nandine, the first timer. So from the commentator's box, the numbers you're going to need are 1, 5, 2 and 6. A great start for Bridget Steidoff on today's feature race program. The Castle Tankard. Bridget's saddled many Tankard winners, so she'll be very happy. Miss Prince Luther winning connections. Matthew Thackeray, back in the winning enclosure here in Zimbabwe, and well done to the winning connections of horse number 1, Almist. We'll just wait on the all clear from the stipendiary board. So returning back to the winner's enclosure of race 1, the Sable Lager Maiden Plate. Horse number 1, Elmis, to the winning connections, Bridget Steidoff, and the winning owner, Matthew Thackeray, in the saddle. We'll run through the card changes now that I've received them. We've got a couple of scratchings in race 2, scratch number 2, Forgotten Time. Going on to race 3, scratch number 7, Days Gone By. And finally, in the feature race, the Castle Tankard Grade 1 event race 8, scratch number 3, True Beauty, number 8, Mazakin, and number 11, Grand Warrior. So those are your scratchings for today's meeting. Going on to additional card changes, race 2, number 1, Alma Shriek, is Norbert Takawira. Number 7, Red Top, is Jeffrey Seister. In race 4, number 4, Sunbird, now the mount of Gabriel Pedersen. Going on to race 5, number 2, Jubilee, to be ridden by Matthew Thackeray. And then an important change in race 8, horse number 9, Didingwe, now a pickup ride for Gabriel Pedersen. So an important change in the Castle Tankard with the scratching of horse number 11, Grand Warrior. Obviously Roger Satambo not on course, not too sure why, but Didingwe now the mount of Gabriel Pedersen. Additional card changes, race 2, number 1, Alma Shriek, now to race with steel shoes on. Number 6, Viseo, to race with a compression mask on. Going on to race 3, number 2, Ian's Ferrari, to race with earmuffs on. Number 2, Ian's Ferrari, earmuffs on. In race 4, number 2, Regulate, now to race with steel shoes on. Number 5, Star Aglow, to race with earmuffs on. Going on to race 5, number 5, Differentiate, now to race with a compression mask on. Number 6, Tradition, blinkers off. Number 7, Bruce's Spirit with Alamites on. In race 6, number 2, Emerald Flow, to race with earmuffs on. Race 7, number 5, Duchess of War, to race with earmuffs on. And in race 8, number 7, Lily Blue, to race with earmuffs on. 1 overweight. In race 6, number 4, Mind Master, Brian Yow, +1. At the moment, like I say, it's a beautiful day here at race at Borrowdale Park. The pin reading is 19, and there's a 5-meter false rail from the 1200 meters to the spillway. So only 5 meters, but it'll help the jockeys find position on the bend. Track conditions for today's meeting is good. So that completes the card changes for today's race meeting here at Borrowdale Park. Like I say, we're going to have a great day's racing. It's tankard time. Enjoy yourselves, and the crowd should start filling up here at race day at Borrowdale Park today. Standing quietly, all set, handlers out the way, white flag raised, and now away they go. They broke in a pretty good line with experience of Evocative jumping out smartly together with Aratula. So it's Evocative that takes up the running from back on the inside. We find Aratula in between runners is Nandine. We drop a length back to Almist. On the inside of that we find Once a Jackpot, and towards the back of the field that's Jump to Red. So the runners make their way to the junction of the two courses, and Evocative leads from back in second, Nandine. Back on the inside of that looks like Aratula towards the stand side rail. We've got Apache Gold back on the inside of that. Moving up there is Almost. So it's evocative now in Aratula. These two look set to fight this out. The first timer, Nandine's running on down the middle of the course, still got 3 lengths to make up. Then we find Apache Gold back towards the inside is Almost. It's evocative. Back in second, Apache Gold together with Nandine, and on the inside, Almost. Evocative back in second, Apache Gold, and Almost back on the inside, but Evocative still holding a slender lead from Almost, and Almost is going to get up on the inside. I'm just going to go with Almost back in second, maybe Evocative just ahead of Apache Gold, but we're just going to have to wait for that. Fourth place will go. Okay, we now have the all clear result for race 1 at Bordeaux Park. First place went towards number 1, Alma. Second to number 5, Evocative. Third to number 2, Apache Gold. And fourth to number 6, Nandini. It's all clear to pay on numbers 1, 5, 2, and 6. Still yet to get any comms from the parade ring. Race 2 on today's program is the Golden Pilsner, merit rated 75, handicap to be run over 1200 meters. We have one scratching, horse number 2, Forgotten Time, and that leaves us with 7 of the remaining 8 runners to take their chance. We have a horse coming out early, just ahead of the balance of the field. So race 2 off at 11:35. Please note the race card in race 4, the off time for race 4 is 12:45, not 13:45. Some earlier publications might have the wrong time there. Race 4 is at 12:45. So just the one scratching in race 2. Number 2, Forgotten Time, leaves us with 7 horses, and an early runner coming out, going on its way down to the start, is one of the fancied runners. Horse number 4, Action Zone. Thomas Mason, the conditioner, Francois Herald up to ride, and Craig Dankwood's colours. So Action Zone, been on the premises in his last 2 starts, will be looking to get back in the winner's enclosure. Winner of his first 2 starts here at Bardell Park. Stable was close up second in the first race, got caught on the line by Elmhurst. So Evocative will have to wait another day, but another second for Evocative. So Francois Herald will be looking to get this one in the number 1 box. Successful campaign to Dubai was Francie, rode a couple of winners in Dubai, so well done to him. And he'll be taking up a new post shortly. You just have to wait for the breaking news, but Francois Herald's been around for ever and a day and always remains loyal to Zimbabwe Racing. So the balance of the field will be coming out shortly. Like I say, a couple of new kids on the block here. Gabriel came up for his first meeting last time. It's nice to have him back. Nathan's back, and obviously Brian Yao back in Zimbabwe. Another one of the fancied runners is horse number 1, Alma Shriek, the mount of Norbert Takawira, followed down by number 3, Just Adore Her, and Gabriel Peterser. Next to go down is number 5, Admiral's Chance, and Nathan Klink, having his second start here in Zimbabwe. The 1900 looked a bit far for him last time out, so he's definitely one to factor in all your permutations. Much better horse over this sort of distance. Number 7, Stable Companion, Red Top, followed down by number 8, Calipos, a winner of his last start. Morgan Takawira retains the ride. Jeffrey Seister on board Red Top. Like I say, Roger Satumba not with us this afternoon on Castle Tankard Day. So we're just waiting on Viseo, number 6.
Number 4 is Action Zone. Francois Herald rides for Thomas Mason. Action Zone has been thereabouts and will need to be at best to impact the minor places here. 5 is Admiral's Chance, Nathan Klink for Deborah Swanson. Admiral's Chance has had a moderate form line of late. Nothing really to show from the recent past attempts. So Admiral's Chance, I think you have to look elsewhere here. 6 is Vaseo. And Vaseo had a very good, strong finish last time out, running just 2.5 lengths behind just a Doha in an MR65 1200. So Vaseo could be involved here in the outside places. 7 is Red Top. Red Top had a great recovery in the last Tamaka, returned to form and should be involved again after winning the last time out, beating Powder Puff in an MR65 1260. And finally 8 is Calipos, ridden by Morgan Yamaguete for Bridget Steidolf. Calipos also won last time out and should be involved in this encounter. So those are your runners for race 2. Off time is 11:35.
So the runners for race 2, the Golden Pilsner Merit rated 75 handicap, have arrived down at the 1200 meter mark. Just the one scratching of horse number 2, Forgotten Time, and looks a really open race. A number of horses in with an outstanding chance of winning, as we saw in the first race, with Almas coming through from draw gate number 1 to win the opening event. Not sure what selections Tonto went with from the parade ring. Didn't quite hear what he said, but I'm pretty sure it's wide open, and he would have said that, something along those lines. So just a couple of minutes to go to the off of race number 2. Once again, Roger Satombo not with us this afternoon, and I'll go through his jockey replacements race by race. But Jeffrey Seister on board, horse number 7, Red Top. Interesting little race here. I think Alma Shriek, Just a Draw, Action Zone, possibly Viseo. Those also seem to be the ones to concentrate on. But like I said, it'd be no surprise if Admiral's Chance popped out of the woodwork. 1900 last time out looked a bit far, but this is more up his alley. So these horses just circling around the back of the starting stall machine, and they'll be coming forward shortly for the running of race number 2. So down at the 1,200 meter mark, the Star Whistle team has shut the front gates and has been given the green light to send these runners back. 7 runners for race 2, the Golden Pilsner Merit Rate at 75 handicap. I was working with horses, stall gate number 4. It looks like Red Top. Along his inside we've got Admiral's Chance coming forward. Stall gate 1's been filled. Calipos. So we're just waiting on, looks like just the door. Almashriek to come into 3. Well, that's now 2 because of the scratching, so it's just the door. Almashriek to come forward. Straightening Almashriek up. Halfway in. Just the door to come forward into the outside gate, one off the outside together with Viseo. Just the door is loaded. Viseo to come forward. Almashriek all set, and away they go. They broke in an even line, just the door, quick into stride together with Almashriek. In between runners we find Red Top. Towards the inside is Calipos. Viseo's come to the stand side running rail, and just behind them we find Admiral's Chance together with Action Zone. So they're going pretty quickly, pretty much like last week's pay, and it's Viseo that leads from back in second, just the door. Along the inside we find Red Top. Almashriek's come across to join stable companion Viseo. Back on the inside Calipos. Action Zone's looking for a way through, and back on the inside we find Admiral's Chance. So it's Almashriek and just the door together with Viseo. Back on the inside Red Top with Calipos. Action Zone's been switched to the middle of the course together with Admiral's Chance to make his run. It's now Viseo from back in second, Red Top. Action Zone's crying for room in between runners. He finds that now. Back on the inside is Admiral's Chance. It's Red Top from back in second, Action Zone. On the stand side rail, just the door, but it's Action Zone that cuts through them like a hot knife through Fada. And Action Zone's going to win this one comfortably. Back in second, Red Top. Third will go to Admiral's Chance, and fourth will go to just the door. Well, Action Zone, one of the fancied runners for Craig Dankwoods and Tomcat. That's Thomas Mason, Francois Herald up to do the job. Like I say, was just crying for galloping room, approaching the 300 meter mark, and once he got through, that was it, race over. Second will go to Red Top. Third will go to Admiral's Chance, one of the roughies for the race. Just keep a close eye on him. He's much better, like I said, than his first start, and he'll do well here in Zimbabwe. And fourth place will go to Just the Doha. So from the commentator's box, the numbers you're going to need are 4, 7, 5, and 3. halfway in. Just the door to come forward into the outside gate, one off the outside together with Viseo. Just the door is loaded, Viseo to come forward, Al-Mashriq all set, and away they go. They broke in an even line, just the door, quick into stride together with Al-Mashriq. In between runners we find Red Top. Towards the inside is Calipos. Viseo's come to the stand side running rail, and just behind them we find Admiral's Chance together with Action Zone. So they're going pretty quickly, pretty much like last week's pay, and it's Viseo that leads from back in second, just the door. Along the inside we find Red Top, Al-Mashriq's come across to join stable companion Viseo. Back on the inside Calipos, Action Zone's looking for a way through, and back on the inside we find Admiral's Chance. So it's Al-Mashriq and Just the Door together with Viseo. Back on the inside, Red Top with Calipos. Action Zone's been switched to the middle of the course together with Admiral's Chance to make his run. It's now Viseo from back in second, Red Top. Action Zone's crying for room in between runners. He finds that now. Back on the inside is Admiral's Chance. It's Red Top from back in second, Action Zone. On the stand side rail, Just the Door. But it's Action Zone that cuts through them like a hot knife through fodder. And Action Zone's going to win this one comfortably. Back in second, Red Top. Third will go to Admiral's Chance, and fourth will go to Just the Door.
Well done, Thomas. Action Zone winning well there. Quickened very well towards the end there, and recorded a great win.
Yes, he's a very smart horse. He still hasn't quite learned about racing yet. He's still very immature in his racing. We found one or two problems with his last start. That's why he ran a little bit below par, but still wasn't a bad run behind Brianna. Today, I'd worked out the problems, I'd fixed the problems, and had a long chat with Diego, and Diego said to me, if he gives him a chance, Francie gives him a chance, he'll win comfortably. Thanks, Diego, for the confidence. I mean, he was very confident this was the win today. Top ride from Francie. He gave him a chance, found the split at the right time. He won a good race, and he'll be a nice horse, this horse. He's still learning. As he gets older, I think we'll have a lot of fun with him. Well done to Craig Dankwitz for support for the yard, for buying this horse and having the faith in me buying it at the yearling sales in conjunction with Alistair Gordon. So thanks, Craig Dankwitz. We're having a good run at the moment, and nice to see him have winners on a regular basis.
Well done to you, Tom. Take us through the rest of the day. What does your yard hold for this afternoon?
We've got Prince of Kimberley in the next. I think he looks the horse to beat in the race. I think he's got the draw. He's got drawn one. He's very well came out of this race last meeting, and I think he's the horse they have to beat. I've got Testify, who on his day can do something, but he doesn't like to go the bend. He's a bit of an enigma, that horse. So depends what it comes there. And then I've got Jubilee and Love the View later on. Love the View is very well. He's got drawn one, right distance. I think he could be the horse they have to beat. But a lot of respect for Jubilee. He's very, very well. He's a tough campaigner, and I wouldn't be surprised to see Jubilee beat Love the View, but my choice would be Love the View over Jubilee.
Okay, Tom, hope all the best for the rest of the afternoon, and hope you have a lovely day.
Thank you very much.
That's Thomas Mason there, the trainer of the 4 Action Zone, ridden by Francois Harold, coming out through to win a race 2 here.
They broke in an even line, just the door, quick into stride together with Al-Mashriq. In between runners we find Red Top. Towards the inside is Calipos. Viseo's come to the stand side running rail, and just behind them we find Admiral's Chance together with Action Zone. So they're going pretty quickly, pretty much like last week's pay, and it's Viseo that leads from back in second, just the door. Along the inside we find Red Top, Al-Mashriq's come across to join stable companion Viseo. Back on the inside Calipos, Action Zone's looking for a way through, and back on the inside we find Admiral's Chance. So it's Al-Mashriq and Just the Door together with Viseo. Back on the inside, Red Top with Calipos. Action Zone's been switched to the middle of the course together with Admiral's Chance to make his run. It's now Viseo from back in second, Red Top. Action Zone's crying for room in between runners. He finds that now. Back on the inside is Admiral's Chance. It's Red Top from back in second, Action Zone. On the stand side rail, Just the Door. But it's Action Zone that cuts through them like a hot knife through fodder. And Action Zone's going to win this one comfortably. Back in second, Red Top. Third will go to Admiral's Chance, and fourth will go to Just the Door. Race 3 on today's program is the Bollinger's Merit Rated 70 handicap to be run over 1,800 meters. And the runners and riders are now about to come out onto the main course, headed out by horse number 1, Zazu, the mount of Norbert Takawera, with the lead pony number 2, Ian's Ferrari and Matthew Thackeray. Number 3 is Kursk, the mount of Jared Penny. Number 4 is Prince of Kimberley, Francois Herald. Number 5, Cool Solution, Nathan Klink. Number 6 is Qunetra and Wesley Mowing, and complete in the lineup will be horse number 7, Days Gone By, and Gabriel Peterson. So our two winning jockeys so far, Matthew Thackeray and Francois Herald, lead the log with a winner apiece, so they both got good chances in this race to record a double. Turning to go down, it's Ian's Ferrari, followed down by Zazu. Next to go down is number 3, Kursk. Number 4 is Prince of Kimberley. Number 6 is Qunetra and Wesley Mowing. Number 5, Cool Solution and Nathan Klink. And the last horse to complete the lineup, still to come out, is number 7, Days Gone By, and Gabriel Peterson.
Race 3 on today's program is the Bollinger's Merit Rated 70 handicap over 1,800 meters. Number 1 is Zazu, ridden by Norbert Takawera for Deborah Swanson. Zazu's been very consistent and has seen a lot of places in her last few starts, and should be right up there again this afternoon. 2 is Ian's Ferrari, Matthew Thackeray for Bridget's title. Now Ian's Ferrari is looking very, very good. It's on a purple patch of late and should be involved again. Number 3 is Kursk, Jared Penny for Amy Bronkhorst. Kursk ran a cracker last time out, just beaten by 0.25 lengths off Ian's Ferrari, and Kursk should be instrumental again here and should not be excluded. Number 4 is Prince of Kimberley, Francois Herald for Thomas Mason. Now Prince of Kimberley should be upbeat as going into this race and should have each way chances judging from the current form. Just beaten by Sunbird last time out in an MR 65 1900, but not by much, just by a length. And before that, one beating just Doha in an MR 62 1600. So Prince of Kimberley should not be excluded here. 5 is the Evergreen Cool Solution, still going strong at 10 years of age. Now this will have outside place chances if in best form. 6 is Qunetra, Wes Mowing rides for Bridget Steidoff, and Qunetra should also be involved here if judging from the recent last run, and when beaten by 1.25 lengths by Sunbird. So Qunetra should be right up there. My selections, I'm going for number 2, Ian's Ferrari, to beat the 4, Prince of Kimberley, from the 3, Kursk, and the 1, Zazu.
Okay, patrons, please note oversight on my part. Horse number 7, Days Gone By, was a scratching, which I previously did not announce. So number 7, Days Gone By, scratch. That leaves us with 6 horses, and these 6 horses are down at the 1,800 meter mark as we approach race time for race 3. That's the Bollinger's merit rated 70 handicap. So just the 6 runners, once again, number 7, Days Gone By. Scratching was on the scratching sheet earlier on, but obviously overlooked it, and these 6 runners will be coming forward shortly in what looks a very, very open race. Any one of the 6 could pull this off. So down at the 1800 meter mark, the starting stall gates have been shut, and the 6 runners will be coming forward for the Bollinger merit rated 70 handicap. Cool Solution goes forward together with Qunetra. Prince of Kimberley just turning away. In the meantime, they straighten him up and he goes in. So we're waiting on Zazu, Ian's Ferrari, and Kursk. Likely pacemakers, stable companions, Ian's Ferrari and Qunetra. Be interesting to see who takes up the running, but more than likely Ian's Ferrari. So we're just waiting on Zazu to come forward. Zazu representing the Antelope Park connection with William Nell and his partners going forward. Kursk to complete the lineup for Amy Bronkhorst and Jared Penny. All set. Handlers out the way. White flag raised. 1800 meters to go. And away they go. They've broken a perfect line. Zazu just taken back a stride or two, but quick into stride there. We've got Kursk pushing through on the fence. We find Prince of Kimberley and Qunetra together with stable companion Ian's Ferrari go forward. So we let them settle down as they approach the 1500 meter mark, and Ian's Ferrari, stable companion, that's Qunetra, takes up the running from back in second. Ian's Ferrari. Third place belongs to Prince of Kimberley. We drop 2 lengths back to Kursk towards the back of the field. Zazu and his stable companion Cool Solution sees all these dangers. They make their way to the 1450 meter mark, and out in front Qunetra, a nice gallop being set, leads by a length from back in second. Ian's Ferrari. Francois Herald's got Prince of Kimberley perfectly placed in third. We drop a length back to on his outside there. Moving up is Zazu together with Kursk. Kursk got some 7 lengths to go, and at the back of the field that is Cool Solution. It's now Qunetra. Has he managed to steady the ship? Leads by a length from back in second. Ian's Ferrari hasn't left him alone. Back in third we've got Prince of Kimberley. He'll be enjoying this together with Zazu. We drop a length back to Kursk, and at the back of the field Cool Solution. 8 lengths off them. They're going to swing right-handed on a very fast track here at Bardell Park with 600 meters to go, and it's still out in front Qunetra. Back in second Ian's Ferrari. Third place belongs to Prince of Kimberley. He's coming under right. Kursk is starting to make some headway. Will he get the 1800? Zazu down the middle of the course. It's Qunetra with a healthy lead now, leads by 5. Back in second we've got Ian's Ferrari. Kursk is coming under right towards the inside Prince of Kimberley, but Wesley Maui's got a big lead on Qunetra. Kursk is starting to reel him in. It's Qunetra. Back in second Kursk. Qunetra. Kursk coming quickly now. Qunetra. Kursk, but Qunetra's finding a little bit more, and Qunetra looks like he's just going to hold Kursk out. Well done to the Zim Fund Racing Syndicate. Second will go to Kursk. Third will go to Prince of Kimberley. Well, like I said in the commentary, I'm not sure Kursk stays 1800, and it obviously told in the last 50 meters. He looked for all the money in this under the sun that he would pull in Qunetra, but he just came up for oxygen over the last 50. So well done to Qunetra. He should have been in a winner's box some time back, if you ask me. He's taken some time to settle into racing here in Zimbabwe, but his merit rating's dropped, and he'll be a nice horse for Zimbabwe. Second will go to Kursk. Third will go to Prince of Kimberley, and fourth will go to Ian's Ferrari. Start to finish winner. That could be the sign of the times for today's racing here at Bardell Park. And returning back to the winner's enclosure, Bridget Steidoff, we missed her in the first race with the interview. I'm sure she'll make up for it with this race as horse number 6, Qunetra, goes start to finish. Wesley Mowing on the winner's board here in Zimbabwe for today's meeting. And the Zimfan Racing Syndicate nominee, John Smith, represented by a couple of the members. And well done to the smiley-faced. Bridget Steidoff breaks a duck for Zimfan and records their first winner, so she'll be happy with that as well. Broken a perfect line. Zazu just taken back a stride or two, but quick into stride there. We've got Kursk pushing through on the fence. We find Prince of Kimberley and Qunetra together with stable companion Ian's Ferrari go forward. So we let them settle down as they approach the 1500 meter mark, and Ian's Ferrari, stable companion, that's Qunetra, takes up the running from back in second. Ian's Ferrari. Third place belongs to Prince of Kimberley. We drop 2 lengths back to Kursk towards the back of the field. Zazu and his stable companion Cool Solution sees all these dangers. They make their way to the 1450 meter mark, and out in front Qunetra, a nice gallop being set, leads by a length from back in second. Ian's Ferrari. Francois Herald's got Prince of Kimberley perfectly placed in third. We drop a length back to, on his outside there, moving up is Zazu together with Kursk. Kursk got some 7 lengths to go, and at the back of the field that is Cool Solution. It's now Qunetra. Has he managed to steady the ship? Leads by a length from back in second. Ian's Ferrari hasn't left him alone. Back in third we've got Prince of Kimberley. He'll be enjoying this together with Zazu. We drop a length back to Kursk, and at the back of the field Cool Solution, 8 lengths off them. They're going to swing right-handed on a very fast track here at Bardell Park with 600 meters to go, and it's still out in front Qunetra. Back in second Ian's Ferrari. Third place belongs to Prince of Kimberley. He's coming under right. Kursk is starting to make some headway. Will he get the 1800? Zazu down the middle of the course. It's Qunetra with a healthy lead now, leads by 5. Back in second we've got Ian's Ferrari. Kursk is coming under right towards the inside Prince of Kimberley, but Wesley Mowing's got a big lead on Qunetra. Kursk is starting to reel him in. It's Qunetra. Back in second Kursk. Qunetra. Kursk coming quickly now. Qunetra. Kursk, but Qunetra's finding a little bit more, and Qunetra looks like he's just going to hold Kursk out. Well done to the Zimfan Racing Syndicate. Second will go to Kursk. Third will go to Prince of Kimberley.
That was the running of race 3, the Bollingers Marriage Rated 70 handicap over 1800 meters, won by horse number 6, Qunetra. Wes Mowing for Bridget Steidoff. Bridget, well done for your second of the afternoon. Well fought out race between Qunetra and Kursk, but you tipped the win.
Yeah, no, thanks, Ngani. Look, I mean, he's, obviously a very big thank you and well done to Wesley. He rode the horse exceptionally well. He managed to pick him up when Kursk was coming up and keep him going. So, well done to him. Obviously, he's a lovely horse. He had quite a big reputation, and we've stumbled around a bit with him. It took us a while to get him to find our feet with him, and we've done a lot of work with him at home, getting his confidence back. And obviously it worked out. So obviously a very big well done, and thank you to the whole Zimfan Syndicate. Fantastic to have a winner for them.
Well done to you. Can you take us through what the yard holds for the rest of the afternoon?
Look, obviously got some nice horses running. Obviously in the next race, Regulate, he's been off for a year. He's a good horse, but I think he might need the run. The fillies, that's a hard race. And then obviously the Tankard. Tankard's a wide open race. Any horse can win there. So good luck to everyone.
Don't say much there. Thank you very much, Rich. Hello guys, well done for your winner for Zimfan Racing. Qunetra won well there. Had a bit of a battle with Kursk, but dug down deep.
Yeah, it was very, very exciting, and I just want to say thanks again to Bridget. She posted on our group yesterday. She's really just been building this horse's confidence in the weeks ahead. So it's not just about training them full out, and it showed today. And also to Wes, He's a great jockey, great character, and when it looked like he maybe was going to be caught, he got him to kick on, and it was so incredibly exciting for us, syndicate.
Well done to you. Have you got anything else running today?
No, unfortunately not, but that's great. One runner, one winner.
Well done to you guys.
Thanks so much.
Thank you.
This is in Fun Racing Club Syndicate. Let's talk to Wes. Well done to you, Wes. You picked him up very nicely, and good battle there with Kursk.
Yes, you know what? I thought I'd skip early on them and make them have to come and catch me with a galloping weight. Very nice race one from Qunetra today, and you know what? I really hope for the syndicate, Zim Fun Racing, and also for Bridget that he goes on from here and he achieves some more things, wins a few more races, and the syndicate can have fun with him.
Well done to you. Can you take us through the rest of your card? What are your big runners today?
You know what? I got chances throughout the card. I can't really single one out, but obviously everyone's here. We're all jostling for position and battling to try and win the big one. So whilst we're here, let's see what the day holds for us. And I'd just like to say a big thanks to Castle Tankard and the sponsors for putting on a great day.
Thanks very much, and well done to you.
Thank you, sir.
That's Wes Mowing there, the winning rider for the 6 Qunetra, who's won race 3 here. That's the Bollinger's Meritrator 70 handicap over 1,800 meters. Up next is the Zambezi Lager Progress Plate over 1,500 meters. Off time for that is 13:45.
Right, we now have the all-clear result for race number 3 here at Bardell Park. First place went to was number 6, Qunetra. Second, number 3, Kursk. Third to number 4, Prince of Kimberley. And fourth to number 2, Ian's Ferrari. There's one scratching, number 7, Days Gone By. It's all clear to pay on 6, 3, 4 and 2. All clear, pay. Away they go. They've broken a perfect line. Zazu just taken back a stride or two, but quick into stride there. We've got Kursk pushing through on the fence. We find Prince of Kimberley and Qunetra together with stable companion Ian's Ferrari go forward. So we let them settle down as they approach the 1,500 meter mark, and Ian's Ferrari, stable companion, that's Qunetra, takes up the running from back in second. Ian's Ferrari. Third place belongs to Prince of Kimberley. We drop 2 lengths back to Kursk towards the back of the field. Zazu and his stable companion Cool Solution sees all these dangers. They make their way to the 1450 meter mark, and out in front Qunetra, a nice gallop being set, leads by a length from back in second. Ian's Ferrari. Francois Herald's got Prince of Kimberley perfectly placed in third. We drop a length back to on his outside there. Moving up is Zazu together with Kursk. Kursk got some 7 lengths to go, and at the back of the field that is Cool Solution. It's now Qunetra. Has he managed to steady the ship? Leads by a length from back in second. Ian's Ferrari hasn't left him alone. Back in third we've got Prince of Kimberley. He'll be enjoying this together with Zazu. We drop a length back to Kursk, and at the back of the field Cool Solution 8 lengths off them. They're going to swing right-handed on a very fast track here at Bardell Park with 600 meters to go, and it's still out in front Qunetra. Back in second Ian's Ferrari. Third place belongs to Prince of Kimberley. He's coming under right. Kursk is starting to make some headway. Will he get the 1800? Zazu down the middle of the course. It's Qunetra with a healthy lead now, leads by 5. Back in second we've got Ian's Ferrari. Kursk is coming under right towards the inside Prince of Kimberley, but Wesley Maui's got a big lead on Qunetra. Kursk is starting to reel him in. It's Qunetra. Back in second Kursk. Qunetra. Kursk coming quickly now. Qunetra. Kursk, but Qunetra's finding a little bit more, and Qunetra looks like he's just going to hold Kursk out. Well done to the Zim Fun Racing Syndicate. Second will go to Kursk. Third will go to Prince of Kimberley. Race 4 on today's program is the Zambezi Lager Progress Plate to be run over 1,500 meters, and the runners and riders are coming out on parade. Number 1, Abiyan, the Mount of Norbert Takawira for Deborah Swanson. Number 2 is Regulate, making his long-awaited return to racing of 364 days. Matthew Thackeray for Bridges Tide Off. Number 3, Testify and Francois Herald for Thomas Mason. Number 4, Sunbird, replacement jockey Gabriel Peterson for Deborah Swanson. Number 5 is Star Aglow, Nathan Klink for Deborah Swanson. And number 6 will be Pounder Puff, Jeffrey Seister for Amy Bronkhorst. So turning to go down, number 1, Abiyan, one of the fancied runners for race number 4. And what looks like another competitive lineup. Number 2 is Regulate, and number 6, Powder Puff. Next to go down is Testify. So still parading is Sunbird. So it's just Star Glow as Powder Puff makes its way down. Star Glow not parading and on her way down to the 1,500 meter mark, approaching the 2,000 meter mark is Star Glow. So those are your 6 runners for race number 4, the Zambezi Lager Progress Plate. Off time 12:45. Please note 12:45. Some copies of the race card at 13:45, 12:45. So we've got approximately 7 minutes to the off of race number 4, and we'll cross over to Ngoni for his preview.
Race 4 on today's program is the Zambezi Lager Progress Plate over 1,500 meters. Off time for that is 13:45. Horse number 1 is Abiyan, ridden by Norbert Takawira for Deborah Swanson. Now Abiyan has been enterprising thus far and should be up there. Has performed very well of late, just being touched off by Brianna in an MR80 1260 by 1.5 meters. 2 is Regulate. It's coming from a rest of 364 days. Otherwise, behind that, should have been very consistent. Spoke to the trainer earlier on, Bridges Tidoff, and she was saying Regulate is just having a run out here. 3 is Testify, Francois Harold for Thomas Mason. Outside place chance on current form is the 3 Testify. We also talked to Thomas earlier, and he was saying he thinks Testify should be up there. 4 is Sunbird, has been very electric so far, has Sunbird, and should look to carry on that form line, and I think the 4 Sunbird should be the one to beat here. 5 is Star Aglow, Nathan Klink rides for Deborah Swanson, in and out at times and can run into the money at best. Finally, last but not least, is a 6 Powder Puff, Jeffrey Seister for Amy Bronkhorst. And the 6 Powder Puff should have outside place chances here. My selections, I'm going for the 4 Sunbird to beat the 1 Abiyan from the 6 Powder Puff and the 2 Regulate.
So down at the 1,500 meter mark, the 6 runners for the Zambezi Lager Progress Plate are about to come forward. And what looks like another competitive lineup. Sounding a bit repetitive in the commentary box, but so it is. There's handicaps and plate races. Quite difficult. A number of horses in form and some horses coming back off a long layoff. Obviously, a horse like Regulate, if he was at his best, would make a demolition job on this lot, but one's got to be taking his fitness on trust as he comes into stall gate number 1. They're working on Sunbird. She's got the form in the book together with stable companion Abayan, and that'll leave us with Testify. Abayan to come forward. Norbert Takawira, pretty quiet day for him so far. He'll be looking to get on the board as moving forward is Testify. They look all set. White flag raised. 1,500 meters to go. And away they go. Slow into stride there was Testify, Powder Puff and Star Aglow, but quick into stride there was Sunbird. Sunbird goes out to take up the running from back in second Regulate. We're moving forward is Star Aglow. Abiyan's placed in fourth. Behind that we find Testify. He's going to loop some runners, and at the back of the field he's Powder Puff with her bottom weight. So Sunbird now being joined in front now by Star Aglow. So Star Aglow's having none of the steady canter as she goes out to take up the running. Back in second is stable companion Sunbird. Testifies in third. Regulates perfectly placed. Norbert Takawira's put Abiyan in fifth position, some 7 lengths off them. In behind him we find Powder Puff. And Testify is now moved into second. So it's Star Aglow from Testify back in second. He's not really cornering. He's not helping his jockey. His head's turned to one side. Back in third, we've got Sunbird. Back in fourth, we've got Regulate. At the back of the field is Abiyan together with Powder Puff. They're homeward bound with 500 to go, and out in front it's still Star Aglow from Sunbird back in second. Third place belongs to Regulate. He's going nicely. Down the middle of the course we've got Testify. Abiyan with that big weights trying to get to them, but he's still got 3 lengths to make up as Sunbird strikes the front. Back in second we've got Powder Puff. Back on the inside is Abiyan, but stable companion Sunbird is away and gone. Norbert Takawira, I don't think he saw Sunbird on the outside. He's going to draw away and win in comfortable fashion. Second will go to Abiyan, third will go to Powder Puff, and fourth will go to Regulate. Well, this was an armchair ride for Nathan, sorry, that's not Nathan Klink, that was Gabriel Pieterse. Gabriel Pieterse picking up the ride on Sunbird, and this was a winner 300 out. He was absolutely cruising. Well done to the boys from Antelope Park, that's the boys and girls. William Nell and his merry men and merry women, really well done. This filly is turning out to be a really nice horse. Second will go to stable companion Abiyan. He never had a chance. Third will go to Powder Puff, and fourth will go to Regulate as they cross the line here in the fourth race at Borrowdale Park. The numbers you're going to need are 4, 1, 6 and 2. Testify, Powder Puff, and Star Aglow, but quick into stride there was Sunbird. Sunbird goes out to take up the running from back in second, Regulate. We're moving forward is Star Aglow. Abiyan's placed in fourth. Behind that we find Testify. He's going to loop some runners, and at the back of the field is Powder Puff with her bottom weight. So Sunbird now being joined in front now by Star Aglow. So Star Aglow's having none of the steady canter as she goes out to take up the running. Back in second is stable companion Sunbird. Testifies in third. Regulates perfectly placed. Norbert Takawera's put Abiyan in fifth position, some 7 lengths off them. In behind him we find Powder Puff. And Testify is now moved into second. So it's Star Aglow from Testify back in second. He's not really cornering. He's not helping his jockey. His head's turned to one side. Back in third, we've got Sunbird. Back in fourth, we've got Regulate. At the back of the field is Abiyan together with Powder Puff. They're homeward bound with 500 to go, and out in front it's still Star Aglow from Sunbird back in second. Third place belongs to Regulate. He's going nicely. Down the middle of the course we've got Testify. Abiyan with that big weight trying to get to them, but he's still got 3 lengths to make up as Sunbird strikes the front. Back in second we've got Powder Puff. Back on the inside is Abiyan, but stable companion Sunbird is away and gone. Norbert Takawera, I don't think he saw Sunbird on the outside. He's going to draw away and win in comfortable fashion. Second will go to Abiyan, third will go to Powder Puff, and fourth will go to Regulate.
Lager Progress Plate over 1500 meters rather, won by horse number 4 Sunbird. Peters on board for the Deborah Swanson yard. Deborah, well done to you. Tell us, Sunbird looked the right one on paper, but of course they do have to run out there, and she went and did the job.
Well, to be honest with you, on paper I thought Abiyan looked like the right one, and he ran a very, very good race, but Sunbird has sort of found her form, and she's in very, very good nick at the moment. She looks great. She's confident, and yeah, we're just going from strength to strength. Because the handicapper has hammered her of late, I actually put her in this race because she's not carrying her handicap now. She's carrying the amount of wins she's had, so it was the right race for her and Abiyan. Didn't expect her to win like that today. She came flying, and very, very impressed with her. Gabriel gave her a lovely ride. Well done to Zimbiza guys. Willem and his crew out at Antelope Park. I'm sorry they're not here today. Willem's had a bit of a hard couple of days with one of his horses there, and I hope this will cheer them all up. Thank you to Colin Bird and Robbie Sage for sending her to me, and Gavin for encouraging me to get her and bringing her up. It's been a team effort, and it's what a pleasure. She's really done us proud.
Well done. While we have you here, can you just run through what you've got on today's card?
I've got Tiger's Eagle in the next. I think probably a bit short for her, but she runs well fresh, and she looks at a picture. Varnica, very, very honest filly. Held by those horses. She's carrying a lot of weight now, but she'll still give a very good account of herself. She loves the 1100, and Norbert knows her best, so they should still be very competitive again. Jackie Sparrow got quite a lot of work to do in the fillies race. Got quite a few fillies to get home in front of, but she is very well. She hasn't run for a while, but I think she'll be very competitive as well. And in the big race, it's a very open race now, so let's see.
With the omission of Grand Warrior now, were you now tipping from your yard?
Oh, like I say, with Grand Warrior having that brutal blow to his owners and to the race, sadly, people are going to miss out seeing him, unfortunately. It makes the race very, very open. I like the chances equally of all the rest of mine, and they're all well. They've all come into races in good nick, but they're taking on some strong competitors. So it's going to be a very, very competitive Castle Tankard. I hope everybody enjoys it.
All the best.
Thank you.
Deborah Samson there, the trainer for the 4 Sunbird, who's won race 4 here. That's the Zambezi Lager Progress Plate. Next up is race 5. That's the Chibuku Super Merit Rated 85 handicap. Of time is 1. And now rides for Vanessa Bakertoft, 1.3 lengths behind Legend.
Recap just you the his big daughter. I hope he's okay. Is on their way. The 12 bruises. Kept to be run over 1,000 time. Funny's Varney and Brian.
So we're in 50. One that's gonna timer has been there.
So the runners and riders have arrived down at the 1,100 meter mark for the running of race number 6, as we now make up that lost time, and we're about to be loaded to come back as they close the starting stall machines. And just the 4 runners will be on their way back for the running of race number 6, the Carling Black Label merit rated 85 handicap. A small field, but an extremely competitive lineup here. So just the 4 horses to come forward. 3 mares taking on Mindmaster, the only gelding in the race. Mindmaster will be +1 kilo, Brian now +1. So they close the front gates and they should be coming forward shortly now. We'll be on to race 6, that is the Fillies Classic, and on to the big one, the Castle Tankard race number 8. Coming forward into Stallgate 2 is Varnica, Mindmaster to go into 3, Emerald Flow to go into 4, and Brianna to go into 1. Just the 2 horses loaded so far. Brianna to come forward. Mindmaster just backing away there. Mindmaster into 3 to close the back gate. And that'll leave us with Emerald Flow. Emerald Flow to come into Stallgate number 4. White flag raced, all set. And now, away they go. They've broken a perfect line. Varnica extremely fast together with Brianna, and Emerald Flows trying to hold on to that running rail, but it looks like it could be Varnica who crosses over Emerald Flow. Back in second there we've got Brianna. Third place belongs to Emerald Flow, and at the back of the field there we've got Mindmaster. So about a length and a half covers the entire field as they make their way quickly to the junction of the 2 courses. And out in front it's just Varnica. Varnica just leading the party, leads by length. From back on the inside, Brianna. Emerald Flows waiting for Rails Run, and Mindmaster's been switched into the open down the middle of the course. It's Varnica who leads from back in second, Brianna. On the inside, Mindmaster with the bottom weight starting to come forward strongly together with Emerald Flow on the running rail. It's still Brianna out in front. Back in second is Mindmaster. Third place belongs to Varnica. Emerald Flow still got 3 lengths to make up. It's Brianna from on the inside, Mindmaster. Brianna, Mindmaster's coming quickly now. Brianna, Mindmaster, and Mindmaster's going to get up for Brian now. Back in second was Brianna. Third place was close between on the inside, Varnica and Emerald Flow. We will have to wait for the judges. Well, this was an extremely good ride by Brian Yao. He knew he didn't have the pace to go with him in the beginning, and he'll switch Mindmaster towards the middle of the course, and he'll pick him up over the last 100 meters to get the better of Sibanda on board Brianna. Brianna did everything right, and unfortunately the weight told at the end, and it's going to be the bottom weight, Mindmaster, that wins by a neck. Second will go to Brianna. Third place is desperately close. Maybe just Varnica, but we're going to have to wait on the judges there. That could easily be a dead heat for third place between horses 1 and 2, but no doubting the first two. That's 4 from 3. And returning back to the winner's enclosure here for the running of race number 6, the Carling Black Label, merit rated 95, will be horse number 4, Mindmaster. Well ridden by Brian Yao, a perfectly judged ride. He didn't get involved in the early speed battle. He waited to take his chance and gave himself some clear running room down the middle of the course. And a big turnaround in the weights for Mindmaster with the 2 fillies last time out running in a middle stake. So I'm sure Brian's made the trip to Zimbabwe well worth it, and well done to the winning connections of horse number 4, Mindmaster. Brian Yao in the saddle. Great to have Gary Carter and Paula on course here at Borrowdale Park, and well done to Vanessa Bekertoff. In a perfect line. Varnica extremely fast together with Brianna, and Emerald Flows trying to hold on to that running rail, but it looks like it could be Varnica who crosses over Emerald Flow. Back in second there we've got Brianna. Third place belongs to Emerald Flow, and at the back of the field there we've got Mindmaster. So about a length and a half covers the entire field as they make their way quickly to the junction of the 2 courses. And out in front, it's just Varnica. Varnica just leading the party, leads by length from back on the inside, Brianna. Emerald Flows waiting for Rails Run, and Mindmaster's been switched into the open down the middle of the course. It's Varnica who leads from back in second, Brianna. On the inside, Mindmaster with the bottom weight starting to come forward strongly together with Emerald Flow on the running rail. It's still Brianna out in front. Back in second is Mindmaster. Third place belongs to Varnica. Emerald Flow still got 3 lengths to make up. It's Brianna from on the inside, Mindmaster. Brianna, Mindmaster's coming quickly now. Brianna, Mindmaster, and Mindmaster's going to get up for Brian now. Back in second will Brianna. Third place was close between on the inside, Varnica and Emerald Flow. We will have to wait for the judges.
Okay. There we have the running of race 6, the Carling Black Label, merit rated 95 handicap over 1100 meters. Number 4, Mindmaster with Brian Yao coming up to win for Vanessa Bekertoft. Let's talk to Vanessa. Vanessa, well done to you. And Mindmaster really worked hard for that, but what a win.
Yeah, no, it was a great win and big well done to Brian. I told him he was needed an aggressive ride at the end, and it surely paid off. It's just fantastic to have a winner. You know, our yard has gotten so small now, so the winners are coming very few of these days. But, you know, really well done to the yard and to the team at home. And, yeah, nice to have a winner on the day.
Well done. While we have you here, I haven't chatted to you since the morning, so what's your program like for the rest of the day?
So I've got the 2 fillies in the next race, Walking Through Time and My Secret Place. Both nice fillies, but obviously I think Jackie Sparrow, she's obviously the one to beat. But we're going to go out trying. You know, My Secret Place, she's lightly raced. She just hasn't had maiden plates around the turn for her, so cracked her in this race. I think she should be there and thereabouts. And Walking Through Time, she had an easy maiden win. I think she's got a little bit more to do today, but we'll see. They're both well at home. And Holy Land and Mr. Greenlight, fingers crossed. Holy Land is, well, I can't put a finger onto why he ran such a bad race in the Independence, but he's well at home, and I'm hoping for a good run.
Well done to you. All the best for the big one.
Thank you very much, and a big well done to the owners, Gary and Paula. They come out all the way from the UK. I'm sad they didn't come down for the photo. And to Jengis, who's not around, and to Mike Eaton, big well done to them.
That's Vanessa Beketoff there, the winning trainer of the 4 Mine Master, who's come out to win a race 6, the Carling Black Label, merit rated 95 handicap of 1100 meters. Up next is race 7. That's the Coca-Cola Fillies Classic, and that's over 1600 meters. Off time for that is 14:30.
Field these races by and on in the after families. Onto the start and Jared her legs on the way. We've got Duchess being assisted by presenting.
Horse number 1 is Jack with 4 will be owing right down to business.
So chance number 1, Jackie Sparrow, is Savannah to date and has 6 shortly. Mount in their runs race, trying to get working. 2020 is the maiden, then we find walking. My Secret Berry will. My Secret is a bit of a so the relaxed gal. We find Duchess up the engine. She's left it 2 times. My top weight. Paradise go to Sparrow. Fantastic run in third by 23. And we find My Secret. More of a trick. Because we find up the engine. She's still got 4 through time.
Jackie Sparrow.
This is a really proud and
That's the winning trainer there. Norbert.
And give me strength to win.
Are you
hard to go?
A bit very sad about it.
referred?
Really Norbert.
Source of
placed on 13 yards. Rock and definitely Danielson number 4. 9 turning to go, followed out by raining again. It'll be fantastic to go. Citrus Doll and Morgan the companion ones of other run. Number 4 wholly concerned, being a bit moody, and Holy Land. Interesting also now is for the great media in the box. Coming forward, handlers out the way. White flag race for the 2023 Castle Tankard Grade 1 event, and away they go. Slightly slow into stride there. We've got Holy Land together with Wantage and Lily Blue, but nothing too serious as Ideal View picks up the running on the far side. We've got Dingway in between runners. We find Raining again. We drop a length back to Citrus Doll. Another length behind there. We find Only Him perfectly placed. On this outside we find Mr. Green Light. Lily Blue's got 8 to go. Behind that is Down to Business. Second last is Wantage, and at the back of the field that's Holy Land. Some 12 lengths off the runner, leading runner as they make their way to the 1400-meter mark in the Castle Tankard Grade 1 event. And Dingway's found the front. She leads by a length. Back in second is Raining again. We drop a length back to Bugatti Blue. Just behind that Ideal View. Only Him's in 6th position. Citrus Doll's on his inside. Another length back to, on the far side, Mr. Green Light. Lily Blue's got 12 to go with Down to Business. Second last is Wantage, and Holy Land will have to pass all his rivals to win the Castle Tankard. They pass the city skyline with 800 meters to go, and Dingway still leads by 2. Back in second, Raining again. Third place belongs to Bugatti Blue. On his inside is Ideal View. Only Him's just tracking them with 6 to go. On his inside is Citrus Doll. Behind that we find Mr. Green Light, Lily Blue. Down to Business, got 14 to go. Holy Land's trying to get a move along together with Wantage. They're going to be homeward bound with 600 to go in the Castle Tankard, and out in front is still Dingway. She's got a 3-length lead. Back in second we've got Raining again with Ideal View. Down the middle of the course we've got Moving On Strongly is Down to Business together with Only Him, and on the inside Raining again and Ideal View. It's Raining again, Ideal View, and Dingway. Down to Business is coming quickly with Only Him. Down to Business is coming at Dingway. On the inside is Raining again. Ideal View is come between horses, and Ideal View is going to get to Dingway. Ideal View to Dingway, but Ideal View will be to Dingway. Third will go to Down to Business, and fourth will go to Raining again. Well, that's a 1, 2, 3 for Deborah Swanson, and the best tipped outsider by the commentator, Ideal View, has won the 2023 Castle Tankard for John Smith and his partners. Second will go to Dingway, a fantastic run by her. Third will go to the 3-year-old Down to Business, and fourth will go to Raining again, and just behind that Only Him. Well, there's confidence, and this horse was bubbling with confidence. He had one little blip on his form line when he didn't enjoy the heavy going, and he's won his 3 of his last 4, and he gets into the Castle Tankard with 52 kilos. Nathan Klink, like I said, knows how to win the big ones here in Zimbabwe. He did it for Christopher Peach and Gokken Terzi last year when he beat True Beauty with 7 Cs, and he'll do the same thing again here where he gets up on board. Horse number 13, Ideal View, for John Smith, Paul Gorringe, Sean Gorringe, Vickers Patel, David Ward, Gary Carter, and Murray Smith. They've been around the block, these boys, for some time now at racing. And a fantastic result for John Smith. The disappointment of losing his big 3-year-old in the race, Grand Warrior, but that's how racing goes. You have your highs and lows, and this is going to be the highest of the highest for John Smith with this little global view. Also the same breeding as Grand Warrior, but well done to Deborah Swanson. This will cap off a fantastic season for Deborah, and hopefully now she should win the championship here after scooping the lion's share of the prize money here at Bordell Park, and this one will be in Deborah's name. Kirk Swanson obviously knows how to win these races. Deborah was an integral part of his racing, and now she's done it in her own name. As the horses return back to the winner's enclosure, I'm sure the grooms from Swanson Racing will be jumping up and down. They've collected first, second and third. They've taken everything here, down to business, coming back to the saddling enclosure in third position. A great run from a 3-year-old. Dingway in second. She had them at the front end of the race, at the back end of the race, down to view. An ideal view, perfectly placed by Nathan Klink. Put your hands together for young Nathan Klink, his second feature race winner here in Zimbabwe in consecutive seasons. A nice, talented young man. He just flies under the radar, and he's brought home number 13, Ideal View, for Deborah Swanson and the Connections. Well done. One event, and away they go. Slightly slowing to stride there. We've got Holy Land together with Wantage and Lily Blue, but nothing too serious as Ideal View picks up the running on the far side. We've got Dingway in between runners. We find Raining again. We drop a length back to Citrus Doll. Another length behind there. We find Only Him perfectly placed. On this outside we find Mr. Green Light. Lily Blue's got 8 to go. Behind that is Down to Business. Second last is Wantage, and at the back of the field that's Holy Land. Some 12 lengths off the runner, leading runner as they make their way to the 1400-meter mark in the Castle Tankard Grade 1 event. And Dingway's found the front. She leads by a length. Back in second is Raining again. We drop a length back to Bugatti Blue. Just behind that, Ideal View. Only Him's in 6th position. Citrus Doll's on his inside. Another length back to, on the far side, Mr. Green Light. Lily Blue's got 12 to go with Down to Business. Second last is Wantage, and Holy Land will have to pass all his rivals to win the Castle Tankard. They pass the city skyline with 800 meters to go, and Dingway still leads by 2. Back in second, Raining again. Third place belongs to Bugatti Blue. On his inside is Ideal View. Only Him's just tracking them with 6 to go. On his inside is Citrus Doll. Behind that we find Mr. Green Light, Lily Blue. Down to Business, got 14 to go. Holy Land's trying to get a move along together with Wantage. They're going to be homeward bound with 600 to go in the Castle Tankard, and out in front is still Dingway. She's got a 3-length lead. Back in second we've got Raining again with Ideal View. Down the middle of the course we've got Moving On Strongly is Down to Business together with Only Him, and on the inside Raining again and Ideal View. It's Raining again, Ideal View, and Dingway. Down to Business is coming quickly with Only Him. Down to Business is coming at Dingway. On the inside is Raining again. Ideal View is come between horses, and Ideal View is going to get to Dingway. Ideal View to Dingway, but Ideal View will be to Dingway. Third will go to Down to Business, and fourth will go to Raining again. Well, that's a 1, 2, 3 for Deborah Swanson.
Well, that was the running of the 8th race, the main race, the Castle Tankard. And the winner is Ideal View, horse number 13, Nathan Klink, for Deborah Swanson. Debbie, we talked earlier and you didn't want to pick between them, but Ideal View won today in a gutsy finish.
I'm speechless. This race, the jockeys positioned all my horses very, very well. I saw them coming into the straight. I thought, well, she's there to do it now. Thank you, Nathan. You rode this horse beautifully. I'm so proud of the results. To see my 3 fight it out. And 3 very, very special horses in my yard. Each one has got a story. Each one was very deserving. And I couldn't be prouder. This is a lovely bunch of owners. So chuffed that they've managed to win the Tankard. Congratulations to Paul and Sean and Dave, Vicky, Adam, Bobby Adams, Murray and Smith. Of course, John Smith had a fatal, brutal scratching with Grand Warrior. So I'm so glad that this horse has picked up the pieces for him. Well done to my team. I have to say well done to my grooms. Francis has worked so hard with Clever to keep all the horses feeling good, and this horse has taken a lot of work. His groom, Calvin, has worked very hard with him. Thank you to Norbert, who rides all the work. Doesn't always get the rides because of his weight, but he gets my horses to races in good nick. Thank you to Calvin Lauren, my vet, who backs me up. Camilla Potkita, who makes them feel good. She's my physio. Thank you to George, my farrier. He keeps their feet nice and even for me. He works hard and has to wait for payment all the time. And he's very, very trustworthy. There was someone else I need to thank. William and Norvi, who, although Tango let us down today, they have been so helpful getting horses jumping through pens and schooling him up for the day. So the whole team's done really well. Thank you to Jill Thompson from Rio Stud. She bred this lady, this horse. This lady messaged me a little while ago and said, "Would you like to take him up to Zim?" I took him up to Zim. I got some really good owners in him, and he just, I wanted this horse since he was 2. So when he came to me as a 4-year-old, I was thrilled to have him. He's done nothing but run his heart out for me. And this is just an amazing moment. You just couldn't write it in a book. I'm so proud of the horse. I'm so proud of the rider. I haven't had Nathan Klink ride for me again, but he rode the horse beautifully. So proud for my owners. I thank you all for their support. They're all so much fun to train for. It's them who make me get up in the morning, because when you train for people like that, you always appreciate it, you always trust it, and it just gives you the confidence to do what you can do. So thank you very much to everybody. Thank you, Castle, once again for sponsoring. God has kept me humble over the years. I haven't run a big state like this before. And thank you to God for keeping all these horses safe and sound and bringing them home. Thank you for the blessing.
Well done to you.
Thank you.
That's the winning trainer there, Miss Deborah Swanson. Let's talk to the jockey, Nathan Klink. Well done to you. What a finish. It was very tight at the end there, but you got home well.
Yeah, obviously early in the day, Miss Swanson told me this is a big galloping horse, and I should just use his type of action today. And you know, when I got third in the fence, that's exactly actually where I pictured being before the race. So I was happy that I got to that spot, and you know, coming into the straight, I just picked him up, and you know, he didn't give it to me immediately. Just kept on finding towards the line. That's why. Towards the end, he never gave up, and he fought all the way to the line.
Well done to you, and well done for capping off the big race.
Yeah, thank you. Obviously, just a big thank you to Ms. Swanson and all the owners that's involved with this big boy. So yeah, just happy to win the Tankard this year. So yeah.
Well done. Please stick around for the presentations.
Thank you.
Let's talk to the winning connections. Well done, Paul. We always seem to meet on the big occasion, and this was our well-fought-out victory.
This took 15 years of trying to get back up here. Last year we thought we had a great chance, and that was proof with Dindingwe running a great second. But this little horse there's a long story about this horse. He's also a Global View, so his little brother sitting in the stable. Unfortunately, he didn't make it today. But this is the older brother, Global View. To our partner, John Smith, who's inside. The horse runs in his colors. To everybody who's involved, all my mates who stick up with all my promises, and that we are going to get there one day. It's taken 15 years, boys, but we're here. We're back again. To our jockey, wow, I mean, mate, not only the horse took our breath away, but so did you, and well done for that. We're so appreciative of you coming up here and riding again for us. And to all the guys down south, this is what it's all about. We still have a huge amount of fun here. There's a lot of people here that make this still happen. To Delta for continuing to sponsor the finest race with the finest beer of all time. Because it's you guys who makes Castle great, along with events like this and people that come together and still put Zim on the map. We're so proud, and we're so proud to still be racing here in Zim. Well done to everybody who keeps this going on a day-to-day basis, to Scott Buck and Gary Carter, to the whole of the board of stewards. John Smith, you again, my friend. I think if I could tell you to get up and walk, you should be here, mate. What can I say? I think there's so much jubilation here and happiness. Thank you to everybody. Really, really, just can't, words are beyond.
Well done. Those are the winning connections of the winner, Ideal View. So we now come to the trophy presentation. Please stick around. Can you stick around for the trophy presentation? I'll call upon Mr. Scott Bucken to come up. Speeches. Who's coming first? Okay. I present Mr. Scott Bucken from the MTC for his speech.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the Mashonaland Turf Club and obviously Delta, Castle Tankard, we welcome you all around the country to the running of one of our oldest Grade 1 race events of its kind in Zimbabwe. It's a fantastic validation for the commitment and support that Delta has shown to Bordale Park over many, many years. In my personal experience, it's probably the only promotion of its kind that brings together the country with a sense of excitement, anticipation, shared through a variety of beverage platforms. Of course, we enjoy some of their platforms more than others. On behalf of the MC board and management, I'd like to thank Delta, their board of directors, for the unfailing support, the endless generosity towards horse racing in Zimbabwe in general. I acknowledge the continued support of all our owners, our trainers, jockeys and grooms. I would also like to acknowledge the assistance we've received from all government and regulatory bodies over the last 2 years. I know it's been tough for sport in general. I think it's been even tougher for business. On a personal note, I'd like to acknowledge the assistance we've received from Iremai himself. Iremai, you and I think, started together when we were way back in 2018. This sport hasn't only grown, I think Delta has grown, I think the Castle Tankard has grown. You and I personally have become friends over that period of time, and I can't thank you enough for what your company has done for us. To Lucky and Titch, Matt, that are all here today, I don't see you often enough, but I can honestly say that I need to explain to you how important a company like Delta is to thoroughbred horse racing in Zimbabwe. Yes, today is an amazing day and it culminates in the Grade 1 event, but I can assure you that your financial input into horse racing doesn't end today. It's something that lasts for the whole year. It's something that goes to trainers that we all aspire to win, but the money and the financial input that you put into horse racing resonates through our core for way, way, way beyond what today is all about. I am fully aware of the business challenges that you face as a company. Make no mistake, difficult times are ahead. I would just like to tell you that all that you have done for Mashonaland Turf Club and our owners and trainers and horses and stuff that goes behind the scenes that you don't often see is something that we can't thank you enough for. Today I urge all of you around Zimbabwe and here today to enjoy yourselves, celebrate together the national institution that is Castle and the Castle Tankard. Thank you very much, Irmai.
Thanks very much, Mr. Scott Bucken. Let's introduce Mr. Mzorero to come and give us a few words.
To the Delta Corporation Board Chairman and board members present, Delta Corporation CEO and the Group Management Committee, the MTC Board and stewards, Delta executives, Mashonaland Turf Club executives and management teams, members of the media, ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon to you all. It is indeed my pleasure once again to welcome you to the 2023 Castle Tankard. There are two things that Zimbabweans are passionate about, and that's sport and Castle Lager. And after 63 years of long existence, the Castle Tankard boasts of a proud heritage, high quality, and long-standing excellence similar to our brand. Being the only Grade 1 horse race event in the country, the Castle Tankard is an event which has not only stood the test of time, but provides us all with the opportunity to witness the fortunate and winning combination of the horse, jockey, trainer, the owner, and the groom walking away with the most coveted award in Zimbabwe's horse racing industry. To our partners at the Mashonaland Turf Club, we'd like to commend you as you continue to surpass our expectations year on year and as you manage this prestigious event despite the economic challenges. Your resilience and commitment to the sport are commendable, and this year we're pleased to see how much work and investment has gone into Borrowdale Park. Beyond horse racing, this event has our loyal consumers at the center, and as the brand brings together friends, Castle Lager takes pride in creating those platforms for our consumers to bond over some of their favorite pastimes. We continue to value and subscribe to sustainable development initiatives which focus on growing livelihoods. These extend beyond sports sponsorship to areas of retail development, training, education through our bursary program, our technical training institute, as well as agriculture through our extensive contract grower scheme, including PET recycling through Petrico Zimbabwe. But more importantly, our association with the Zimbabwe Association of Beverage Manufacturers, ZABMA, remains critical at a time when the fight against substance abuse has taken center stage in our society, and the need to ensure that we all do our part to educate our consumers and retailers on the need for responsible consumption. Finally, I would just like to offer my sincere thanks to everyone for their hard work and effort in putting this event together, and to our loyal consumers and members of the media that meet us here every year, thank you for your unwavering support. And on this day, I'd like to raise a glass to you. Cheers.
I'd now like to call upon Ms. Renomata to present the trophies. Ms. Renomata, please come up. Let's give her a warm round of applause. Yes, there. And if I can call upon the representatives as well to make your way down. Bring it up here. I think so. Ladies and gentlemen, the 2023 winners of the Castle Tankard. Let's have a warm round of applause. What's next? Trainer. Do you see Debbie anyway? Okay. Andy. Next up is the Trainer's Trophy, presented to Miss Deborah Swanson, the winning trainer of Idle View. This is jockey. And finally, the jockey's trophy as well. Next up, we'd like to present the flowers. Mrs. Renomata will present the presentation of flowers as well. That's for Miss Renomata as well. That's a hamper. Next up is Mrs. Nkuzani. And we have the hamper for Miss Nkuzani. That was for Miss Makamure as well. Next up is Miss Gurajena. And for Mrs. Olivia Gadza as well. And finally for Miss Kirsty Steidolf. Miss Kirsty Steidolf not here today, but ladies and gentlemen, these are your winners of the 2023 Castle Tankard. Thanks very much for joining us today. Please stick around. Still much more entertainment to come. Thanks very much to Delta for putting on a day. Thanks for coming, everybody. Thank you.
Calipos. So we're just waiting on, looks like just the door. Al-Mashriq to come into 3. Well, that's now 2 because of the scratching, so it's just the door. Al-Mashriq to come forward. Straightening Al-Mashriq up. Halfway in. Just the door to come forward into the outside gate, one off the outside together with Viseo. Just the door is loaded, Viseo to come forward, Al-Mashriq all set, and away they go. They broke in an even line, just the door, quick into stride together with Al-Mashriq. In between runners we find Red Top, towards the inside is Calipos. Viseo's come to the stand side running rail, and just behind them we find Admiral's Chance together with Action Zone. So they're going pretty quickly, pretty much like last week's pay, and it's Viseo that leads from back in second, just the doer. Along the inside we find Red Top, Al-Mashriq's come across to join stable companion Viseo. Back on the inside Calipos, Action Zones looking for a way through, and back on the inside we find Admiral's Chance. So it's Al-Mashriq and Just the Door together with Viseo. Back on the inside, Red Top with Calipos. Action Zone's been switched to the middle of the course together with Admiral's Chance to make his run. It's now Viseo from back in second, Red Top. Action Zone's crying for room in between runners. He finds that now. Back on the inside is Admiral's Chance. It's Zone's going to win this one comfortably. Back in second, Red Top. Third will go to Admiral's Chance, and fourth will go to Just the Door. Gunetra, be interesting to see who takes up the running, but more than likely Ian's Ferrari. So we're just waiting on Zazu to come forward. Zazu representing the Antelope Park connection with William Nell and his partners going forward. Kirst to complete the lineup for Amy Bronkhorst and Jared Penny. All set. Handlers out the way. White flag raised. 1800 meters to go. And away they go. They've broken a perfect line. Zazu just taken back a stride or two, but quick into stride there. We've got Kursk pushing through on the fence. We find Prince of Kimberley and Qunetra together with stable companion Ian's Ferrari go forward. So we let them settle down as they approach the 1500 meter mark, and Ian's Ferrari, stable companion, that's Qunetra, takes up the running from back in second. Ian's Ferrari